throttle body injection display, and that will give me, you know, real turbos, which I'm calling the pure stage 2.5 or stage 3, just to install this tiny little
perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the Autolust YouTube channel. If you're already an Autolust family member, thank you, and what's swinging, gang? As you all may know, and for those of you who don't know, I'm here in Florida, Central Florida to be exact. So you guys know we just were hit with a horrible hurricane. You know, I hope everybody's over there on the West Coast. You know, Tampa, Clearwater are doing okay. You know, they flooded out real bad. A lot of stuff got damaged, you know, and then when the storm made its way over to our side, it messed up a lot of stuff, you know, also. Like my neighbor's roof is peeled up. So that's how bad the winds were here. You know, actually literally ripped the car cover off of Olivia, you know, broke the straps and everything, and those things were stout. So you know, it was only so much I can do, but I did get a lot of stuff done. So on this update, prior to getting the engine out, hopefully very soon, I want to show you guys what I've been up to. So right off back here, you can see that I have the engine compartment open, and it's open because my arcade intakes that you can see I'm having, I have them held on by baby bungees. They aren't performing, you know, connecting wise the way they're supposed to be. And that's because I did some huge turbo modifications to my pure stage 2 turbos, which I'm calling the pure stage 2.5 or stage 3, depending on how much power they make. But anyways, as you can see, the angle here doesn't exist. That degree angle doesn't exist from any manufacturer. You know, I probably could get some custom hump holes made or something like that, but I didn't want to go that route. It's so hot here in Florida. I mean, the storm's gone, so it got back extremely hot. These are, you know, 60 degree. And as you can see, those almost look like it worked. But if I was to pull it back where it's supposed to be, then you see it's offset. That's because it's supposed to connect here, and then it won't be able to connect there. It's like at least an inch off or more. And when I force it to connect, it smashes these two intake filters together right in the middle here. And that's not how I want the, let me put this back up. And that's not how I want my intake to look. So what I did was I ordered 3.25, which is this size here. And I also have some 3.25 couplers here that I stick in there, well, joiners there. And the ideal is what we're gonna do is, you know, go back over to the world's famous Whoops Motorsports, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna cut this in half right down the middle so it can connect to this silicone hose and actually build pie cuts, aluminum pie cuts, all the way over to this carbon fiber intake here. And once the pie cuts are moved over to the carbon fiber intake, at the last pie cut is going to be expanded this same thickness with this same length here, you know, about 2 inches, 1.5 inches, and then so it can tightly slip over. And I'm going to use something like, I was going to use something like panel bond to permanently put it on there once it's powder coated black, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I might use like E6000 or something that'll bond, make it airtight, and you know, I'll be able to remove it later on just in case. So that's a problem I ran into as well, you know, but it's gonna look nasty, nasty gorgeous when she's done. Okay, boom, let's get back over here. All right, so another thing, if you don't know, this is, I mean, a lot of people watch these older videos, well, newer videos, and they like, why is this guy doing all this stuff to a, you know, to this truck, you know, like it's not gonna run right. watch the older videos so you can see this thing is completely built. Rear end, transmission, drive shaft, carbon fiber drive shaft, forged engine, like everything has been touched. This is the world's most highly modified SUV. I guarantee you'll never find another BMW SUV as modified as this one. If you find another BMW F chassis car as modified as this one, guaranteed everything has been touched. But you know, I drained the system. I thought this was a 3-gallon system, gang. This is actually a 4-gallon system. So I had to drain this system out as much hell as I caught filling it up, trying to bleed everything with 2 pumps. That's the main pump there for the intercoolers. And then I have a little secondary pump there to circulate the fluid between the inner chiller and this tank. You know, so how much, let me fix the mic, sorry guys, yeah, there we go. How much hell I caught trying to bleed this system, and finally bled it. I had to drain it all back out just to install this tiny little sensor here. It's so small. I mean, it's smaller than my fingernail. And what that little sensor does is it gives me the temperature that's in this tank. You know, I do have a temp sensor for the system that I'm using an aftermarket controller to control how cold the temps get, you know, for obvious reasons. For you guys who use the inner chiller on the V8s and ran into a bunch of problems, you know, you can't do it without doing it the way I did it. This is the correct way. But it controls how cold the temp gets for the intake temps. But this little sensor here, well, this gauge here, where's my little gauge? Okay, I think it's over here. Yeah, here it is. That little temp sensor works with this gauge here. Full, you know, LED or however you want to call it, LCD display. And I'm gonna sit it right above my throttle body injection display, and that will give me, you know, real-time accurate temperatures of what's actually in my chiller tank versus my intake temps, which I can see usually. I have a tablet, 11-inch tablet there that I boot my live gauges on, so I'll be able to know exactly what's the temp in the tank versus the temp going in the actual engine through the intercoolers. You know, that's some great info for me to have. Yeah, so pretty much right now, that's what I'm trying to get that done. I might go ahead and install my rear brake D-grade. I'm not calling it an upgrade because these brakes are smaller. My new brakes and rotors are smaller on the rear, just so if I want to or if I need to, I can run an 18-inch wheel on the back, which will allow me to run a Mickey Thompson ET Street R tire, not an SS tire. That'll let me run an R tire on the rear. You know, more sidewall, more grip, you know, and stuff like that, and wider tire choices and a stickier compound. So yeah, so much stuff that I still need to do to this car, you know, once the engine is out. You know, mostly everything that before the engine comes out is done. And just like I told you, I have a forged engine now, but I just don't have the things I want to have done to the engine yet. Like I'm gonna sleeve the block, I'm gonna O-ring the block. I have the most powerful head studs already, the most powerful head gaskets already. You know, my build is extremely stout. I have 4 fuel pumps on this car. I mean, it's crazy. So, you know, this engine will be coming out very soon. You know, big shout out to Boosted BIMMERS. They're gonna be towing the line, you know, in the middle, on the front end, towing the line for getting the engine pulled out. And then, you know, we headed straight to 5150, you know, the engine going straight to 5150 to do what it need to do, because this car will be the most powerful BMW X6M in BMW history. You know, the most powerful BMW SUV in BMW history. Fastest, quickest, and all of that crap bolted up together, you know. So, I mean, just like I said, gang, stay tuned. And it's a lot of other stuff coming for Olivia as well. You know, I have a bunch of her performance mods. We were supposed to be doing the bearings for Olivia, the King racing bearings for her, you know, so I can start bolting on power mods. But like I say, the storm came and screwed everything up. So everything got to get back in order now. So, you know, it's moving smoothly though. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.